How Starbucks went from one store to 35,000. Picture this, it's 1971. Three friends open a tiny shop in Seattle. They aren't serving caramel macchiatos, pumpkin spice lattes, or frappuccinos. Not yet. They're selling coffee beans, tea, and maybe some equipment for those who really loved coffee at home. Fast forward 5 decades, and Starbucks is everywhere. Over 35,000 stores in 80 countries. That's more than McDonald's in some regions. How did a single shop selling beans evolve into a global cultural phenomenon? Today, in the Billionaire's Playbook, we're diving into the story of Starbucks' rise. A story full of vision, resilience, and inspiration that shaped modern coffee as we know it. The humble beginnings. Seattle, 1971. Three friends, Jerry Baldwin, Zev Siegel, and Gordon Bowker. Not tech moguls, not financial prodigies, just passionate individuals with different backgrounds, a teacher, a writer, and a history instructor. They pooled their love for coffee and opened Starbucks Coffee, Tea, and Spices. Here's a fun fact. They didn't even serve espresso drinks. No lattes, no cappuccinos, just bags of roasted beans, some tea, and brewing equipment. The idea was simple. Introduce Americans to quality coffee. At the time, instant coffee dominated kitchens. It was cheap, bitter, uninspiring. Starbucks wanted to change the way people experienced coffee. The story could have ended there, with Starbucks remaining a beloved local secret. But a new chapter was about to begin, one that would change the future of coffee forever. Howard Schultz and the Italian inspiration. In 1981, a young salesman named Howard Schultz visited Starbucks while selling coffee machines for a Swedish company. He was captivated, not just by the beans, but by the culture brewing in the shop. Schultz joined Starbucks as marketing director in 1982. A year later, he took a trip to Italy and saw something transformative. Italian espresso bars weren't just places to grab coffee. They were vibrant social hubs, a part of daily life. People connected, relaxed, and savored the moment. Schultz returned to Seattle with a vision. Starbucks could be more than beans. It could be a space for experience, for community. The original founders hesitated, focused on the purity of selling beans. But Schultz's idea sparked a new direction. By 1987, he raised $3.8 million, acquired Starbucks, and began expanding it with his vision. This was the start of the Starbucks we recognize today. The Starbucks approach. So, how did they do it? Here are the 5 core strategies that catapulted Starbucks from a local favorite into the global powerhouse we know today. 1. The strategic pivot to a third-place experience. This shift is widely credited to Howard Schultz. As documented in his memoir, Pour Your Heart Into It, the strategy was explicitly based on replicating the communal atmosphere of Italian espresso bars. The company's focus on ambiance, through music, seating, and personalized service, was a deliberate move to create a premium, experiential offering beyond just coffee. Second, operational consistency as a growth engine. Starbucks' operational playbook is designed for replication. Financial filings and annual reports consistently highlight the standardization of store design, menu offerings, and training protocols as a key to their global scalability. This consistency ensures brand reliability, which is fundamental to their expansion into new markets. 3. The creation of a premium coffee category. Financial data confirms this strategy. In the early 1990s, Starbucks successfully positioned its products at a significant price premium to both drip coffee and competitors. This is evident in their historical pricing and market analyses, which show consumers were willing to pay more for the perceived quality, customization, and experience. Fourth, investment in employee retention through partner benefits. This is a well-documented fact. In 1988, Starbucks became one of the first private companies in the U.S. to offer comprehensive health insurance and stock options, called Beanstalk, to part-time employees. This policy, frequently cited in case studies from sources like Harvard Business Review, was a calculated investment to reduce turnover and improve service quality, directly impacting customer satisfaction. 5. A data-driven real estate and expansion model. Starbucks' growth is not anecdotal. It's driven by sophisticated analytics. The company's method of clustering multiple stores in a small geographic area to dominate demand is a documented real estate tactic. Their site selection process uses detailed demographic and traffic pattern data to maximize visibility and convenience, a strategy discussed in numerous business analyses. Explosive growth and challenges. By the 1990s, Starbucks was expanding rapidly. Its 1992 IPO fueled growth into thousands of stores worldwide by the early 2000s. The brand became a symbol of globalization and modern café culture. Challenges emerged, however. In 2008, during the financial crisis, Starbucks faced declining profits. Rapid expansion had stretched the brand. Customers were tightening budgets, and some stores underperformed. Schultz returned as CEO to steer the company. He made strategic adjustments, closed underperforming locations, retrained staff, and refocused on the core coffee experience. Starbucks emerged stronger and more focused. Innovation followed. Mobile ordering and loyalty programs, solidifying its status as an adaptable global brand. Starbucks wasn't just a coffee shop. It was a global brand adapting to changing times. The global presence. Today, Starbucks has over 35,000 locations across more than 80 countries. From Tokyo to London to Dubai, the brand has become a staple of city life worldwide. Starbucks also adapts to local preferences. In China, tea-based beverages are more prominent. In Mexico, horchata-inspired drinks appear on menus. The brand feels global yet local, resonating with cultures worldwide. Walking into Starbucks today, you encounter more than coffee. You encounter a carefully crafted brand experience, a blend of familiarity, comfort, and culture. Reflections from Starbucks' journey. Starbucks' story isn't just about coffee, it's about vision, adaptation, and culture. Here are some reflections from their journey. Starbucks began as a bean shop, but a vision for community and experience transformed it into a global cultural icon. It highlights how ideas can evolve beyond their original scope. People connected with Starbucks not just through the product, but through atmosphere and experience. Emotions can shape how brands, spaces, and services resonate. Starbucks presented coffee as more than a commodity. It became an experience people valued. Treating employees as partners and fostering a positive internal culture helped shape loyalty and service quality. When challenges arose, Starbucks adapted and evolved, demonstrating resilience and the power of reflection. Next time you enjoy a latte, remember, Starbucks' journey from a tiny Seattle shop to a global brand is a story of vision, creativity, and resilience. Schultz and the original founders demonstrated how small ideas, when nurtured and expanded thoughtfully, can ripple outward to impact millions of people. It's proof that persistence, innovation, and attention to culture can transform a simple concept into something extraordinary. If this story sparked your curiosity, hit the like button, subscribe for more explorations into the world's most fascinating brands, and share it with someone who loves learning about success histories.